Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And with that being said, I hope everybody's having a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are. We have a lot to address in terms of XRP and its next major move. So, I seen this article come up on my timeline by Cointelegraph, and we see XRP's latest market trend catches the eyes with a notable technical pattern unfolding. Observers point to increased whale activity, hinting at shifts in the digital assets landscape. The so-called bull flag pattern develops when the price consolidates inside a parallel channel after a strong uptrend. It resolves after the price breaks above the upper trend line with convincing volumes and rises by as much as the previous uptrend's height. Now, a lot of people have been hinting at some major moves here, but Cointelegraph is hinting at a 20% rally by New Year's. Now, 20% is not much at all, and I honestly think that we are going to overshoot that by quite a bit. But this is all being set up in a perfect way, and here you guys have the overall chart. They're addressing the 76-cent zone that XRP could see. Personally speaking, I'm watching to see if we could tap the 92-cent zone yet again. Once we do trade over the 92-cent zone, it's going to be the macro resistance being broken, which should see a dollar plus being realized in pretty quickly for XRP, and ultimately us being on the path towards retesting the 2021 high at about roughly a $1.98-ish. And then from there, we really kind of just look at the all-time high being targeted. But things do take some time. This is probably going to take some time, but I do think that once we start to see some major movements, some major volume, I do think that things are going to move pretty quickly. There has been a lot to talk about as well within this, which we will address. Now, I actually have this post that we see down here open in another tab, which we will get to here in a second. But I also want to mention that, we also still have the SEC versus Ripple decision looming. Which is the one regarding institutional sales. Now, this could very well be a big decision that could help push XRP even higher, which again, I really don't like to look at events like this as major price movers, but I do still think that this could be a big move. And also, a lot of individuals like Johnny Dean were actually stating that any settlement below 20 million will be a 99.99% win for Ripple, which again, a lot of people have been saying that there has been a huge likelihood of a settlement happening within the time frame of now to April of next year. So definitely interesting to note. We could see a settlement at any moment. It could happen. Again, we don't know what's going to happen with that. We still have to be a little bit patient. But there was also this article as well that was stating XRP to $11. Here's the projected potential timeline. Now, again, nobody, and I mean nobody, is going to guess a timeline correctly. I'm just going to say that right now. But everyone has been waiting for double-digit figures on XRP to be realized in for a while. Even within this, they're talking about $26 by 2032. Honestly, I would argue that if XRP was only trading at about $26 by 2032, which from here on out, we're talking about roughly 8 years from now, I think that would be very disappointing. Just my full transparency on that. But nonetheless, they were talking about the growth catalyst, which is talking about a 1,700% surge from the current price level. Again, are we going to see this? I don't believe so, not in the short term at least. I'm actually looking at, currently speaking, just a $5 XRP. Very conservative. And the reason why I'm talking about the $5 is because that's a 1618 extension. We still have to wait and see what really happens. I still think that $10 could happen pretty quickly, depending on how much hype there is and how much substance is really kind of out there pushing the price like that. Meaning, once we see the institutional sales being settled on, or maybe we just get it dropped as well. Beyond that, we talk about institutional grade adoption. We talk about utility forming. Things like that is what I'm really kind of looking at in terms of being a major price driver. But again, XRP to $11. What's the projected timeline? I would argue for XRP to hit double-digit figures, it could happen on this next major bull run. It really could, but I'm being a little bit more conservative with $5 just because I do think that is a little bit easier of an ask, and it's not too greedy. It still gives us a ton of upside movement, but $10 could happen. Listen, I've talked about how XRP's market cap is basically mimicking Ethereum's all-time high just recently of 2021 at those price levels. So it could happen. Beyond that, though, the reason why I say this is because a lot of people have been looking into the on-chain data, and Ali Charts actually posted this. We do see Ripple on-chain data shows that XRP whales have purchased around 11 million XRP for the past week, worth roughly about almost $7 million. Now, this is not the first time that we have started to see major whale purchases of XRP. We've actually seen during this year whale purchases upwards of roughly over 200 to 500 million XRP, which is very significant to mention. But this also does show us that we have been seeing a lot of accumulation happening around XRP. And if we are talking about, leading up to the December, January timeframe, we could start to see a lot of movement within this market. Now, let's tap into a few things around the actual chart. So an individual named Steve Courtney actually posted this XRP chart. We do see each time price action holds the 21 SMA and crosses above the 50 SMA, on the second week chart, price explodes. And right now, XRP crossed again. Will XRP break the downtrend line or meet with resistance? Retweet resistance, like break. So here we have it. And that downtrend is what I was talking about, right? Once we break over 92 cents, this downtrend has officially been broken. I question if we are going to see a big movement here or not. Definitely would be interesting to see it. We still need to have a lot of movement on XRP in order for us to actually break that downtrend. So far, we haven't broken it. Even going all the way back to 2021, we have slight wicks above it, but the candle bodies have not closed above that major downtrend. So that's what we are basically waiting for right now. I will say, however, the XRP price chart right now does look very good on this uptrend. If we continue to build this uptrend, we will eventually break out of that downtrend. And once we do, yeah, definitely strap in, because it's going to get very, very interesting very, very fast. But also, I'm interrupting this video just to let you guys know that you can get 40% off right now for the next few days. If you go over to DCENTWallet.com, you could save 40% on cold storage devices. We're talking about the single pack. We're talking about the double pack. You could save upwards of $128 right now. So what are you waiting for? Go get your cold storage device and make sure that you are safe this next bull run. Remember, protect yourself, protect your wealth. Now let's get back to the video. We have started to see a lot of interesting narratives around XRP and the entire XRP timeframe. So this goes back to November 22nd. This got posted by Brad Punkhouse, actually, over on X. And what do you see? The narrative around XRP is very interesting at the moment. We have an old Rippler being the CEO of Binance now. He had connections back to Ripple. XRP is deemed a non-security and is not even named in lawsuits as a security anymore. We just skipped a bull run and never reached all-time high for a long time. Since last bull run, building activity increased significantly. I completely agree. XRP has NFTs. The community remains extremely based. XRP is going to the physical moon in January. Interesting to see what December will bring us with XRP. Historically, especially the last 5 years, December was not a great month for XRP, with December 2020 being the obvious one. However, statistically speaking, chances would be greater to have a good December instead of 6 bad ones in a row. Regardless of what will happen, I will remain bullish on XRP and its ecosystem. I feel like we are at the beginning of something big. And, listen, I do think that something very, very big is on its way. And the reason why I say that isn't to sell you guys the used car, but it's to really kind of rehash what we have seen so far, right? So, listen, we've seen 5 Decembers in a row of bearish price activity for XRP. One of the big ones to mention, obviously, being December of 2020. December of 2021 was after the bull run topping. And then, of course, December of 2022 was right after FTX imploded. So if we are talking about this next December, it could very well be a big green month. The big question is, will we see it? We don't know. So far, November hasn't been very good for XRP. But if we go all the way back to, for example, 2016 or even 2015, I should say, we've seen a great December after the fact, a plus 40, almost 4% gain on XRP after having a rough November. That's personally what I'm looking for, is a nice little price gain here, just to kind of get us above those major downtrends and actually push to the upside. But beyond all of this, right? why do I think that something big is going to happen? Well, we've started to see major expansions on the custody side of things around institutional grade adoption. We've started to see a lot of discussions around ETFs. We've started to see a lot of discussions around what they are planning next. So if we are talking about all of that, there is a lot of substance riding behind crypto for 2024, including, of course, the Bitcoin halving. So over the course of the next couple weeks and even months ahead, I do think that a lot of major moves are going to happen. And even when we talk about XRP, like right now, almost everyone feels a certain way around XRP. It could be, the 50% that think XRP is going to crash and burn. And then there's also the other 50% that think XRP is going to go to the absolute moon in this next bull run and hit $10, $20, $30. To me, like I've said, $5 initially to start. Even breaking the all-time high to start would be a great way. But $5 initially to possibly even $10 would be a great price move for XRP. But Crypto Insight UK actually put out a great thread saying a lot of people hate XRP for one reason or another. Realistically, we know as investors that when a lot of people feel a certain way, there's probably value in the asset they feel that way against. With that being said, XRP is in a unique position. Like it or not, XRP is the only altcoin that has legal clarity. We have a ruling from a district judge that XRP is not a security in a world where it looks like regulation is about to step up. Being first through the door may be a really good thing. And again, this is another great thing to mention in terms of something big coming, because I do think that as we start to see regulations really kind of heating up, I do think that XRP has that, first foot through the door, which could very well be beneficial for us and the entire community. Ripple has been fighting the SEC for almost 3 years. Many argue this is why XRP underperformed in the last bull run. Does a similar fate await many other altcoins? A further point I would like to mention is that even holders of XRP feel disheartened by the price action. I see many saying that they have had enough of holding the asset, etc. I'd argue it's one of the hardest assets to hold, as we've previously seen. It chops sideways, it depreciates in value for years on end, then explodes to the upside. In 2017, it saw a 10,000% in 60 days or 61,000% in 280 days. Does this mean that it will repeat? I think similar percentages will be hard, as the market cap would be huge. So far, we are just in a phase of speculation within crypto. It may be possible with real world utility. However, this isn't my base assumption. Realistically, XRP has had another 3 years of consolidation to most other cryptos. We know as technical analysts that expansion follows consolidation, and the longer the consolidation, the higher the expansion. We also know XRP is the only crypto that has overtaken Ethereum in market cap on more than one occasion. On one occasion, nearly taken a 20% share in the total market cap of crypto. Interesting to note, these flips happened as alts made their moves following impulses from Bitcoin. Does this mean that it can happen again? I don't know, only time will tell. Finally, I'm not writing this to make any point, just to share my thoughts. And here we have, of course, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and even XRP being mentioned here in 2017. You can see XRP was holding roughly 19.16% dominance over the overall market. And then also over here, we did see XRP holding about roughly 14.5% market dominance on December 31st of 2017. And again, as we really kind of look at this, imagine XRP sitting at about roughly 20% dominance over a market cap of $5 to $7 trillion. That's something that I've always brought up. But honestly, as we really kind of look at XRP, it is a rough asset to hold, and it's one of the hardest assets to hold within the space. But I do think that that is something good to note, because listen, XRP might be the hardest asset to hold in the space, but it's probably going to make most of the individuals that have held it for so long, that do have a lot of conviction behind it, very wealthy. But also, with all of this being mentioned, with XRP being in a very unique position, look at this. Let's go. Chad Steingraber, you guys probably already know about this. XRP ETC, Group Physical ETP. This is a big one. And this is going to be happening in December. It's going to be released in December of this year. So again, another big thing to mention, because this is going to be a huge mover advantage for XRP. We even see over here, understanding ETP and ETF, see post below. This is from XRP Drops. ETP, exchange traded product. Every ETF is an ETP, but not every ETP is an ETF. Other securities that fall into this category of an EP or ETP are also ETCs, exchange traded commodities, and ETNs, exchange traded notes. ETF equals exchange traded fund, traded on the stock exchange. ETFs usually pursue the strategy of replicating the performance of indices. For example, the German share index DAX, due to their passive management, ETFs are generally much cheaper to trade than conventional funds. Check this out.
About the different style of products, can we maybe just pick up on that? ETP, ETF, what are we talking? What's the difference? They're often words that are, or acronyms that are used interchangeably.
Yeah. So that's one of the things I find frustrating is the interchangeable terminology there. So exchange traded product, that's the kind of capture-all. It's any kind of product that trades on an exchange. So that's so one category will be exchange traded funds, which are index tracking vehicles. So they'll be pegged to an index, whether it's a S&P 500 index or whether it's a Australian equal weight index. There'll be an index there with full transparency over the process, and that fund will be designed to mirror the performance of that particular index. Other categories are, there's actively managed ETFs. So effectively, a fund that trades on the exchange that's actively managed. There's no shortage of those on the exchange. There's quoted managed funds. There's exchange traded structured products, exchange traded hedge funds, synthetic ETFs. So as the word synthetic implies, these are derivatives based exposures, and so they're kind of, there's probably half a dozen different types of subcategories under that exchange traded product name. We focus predominantly on ETFs, which are simple index tracking vehicles.
So there you guys have it. And again, this is going to be happening. This is going to be happening in December of this year. This is a massive one. Shout out to Anderson for this, but this is definitely going to be a big one. And listen, everyone should brace for impact on this, because this is going to probably provide a ton of value and demand for XRP, especially as it does launch and as everyone does know the background story behind XRP. So I think that this is going to get very, very interesting, very, very fast. And, it's a significant expansion. It definitely is. And I think that, soon everyone will wake up to the idea on how bullish XRP actually is, currently speaking, in its unique position, just outlined recently by Crypto Insight UK, and also even the narrative behind it. I think that right now there's so much substance behind XRP versus 2017, 2018, and even 2021 that I think that everyone should be paying attention currently, because if we're talking about 20% rallies by New Year's, this is nothing. This is absolutely nothing. XRP to $11, that's very significant, but we still need to break over a few things. We still need to break over 92 cents. We still need to obviously break over the $1.98 high from 2021. And then we need to create a new all-time high. And then that's where we start to get very, very interested on what could happen with XRP from there on out. And that's what we are waiting for. That's what we are being very patient for. And again, it's going to take a lot of patience. It's going to take, listen, this is why not everyone will get rich. Only a handful of individuals will get rich. And when I say a handful, no, obviously I don't mean literally. I mean a small percentage of those that actually hold XRP will get wealthy, because it's not an easy asset. It's not one of those assets that, it's going up and you're, getting excited and things like that. And by the way, when price moves to the upside, cut that emotion out. Be stone cold. Be a stone cold killer in this space, because that's what it takes to be successful. So XRP breaking over the all-time high, will I get excited? Will I feel anything? I think that initially I will probably feel a little bit of excitement, but for the most part, I will just be emotionless, because we have been waiting for this. We have been preparing ourselves for this, and we can't let our emotions get the best of us. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on, because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.